Gluten-free brunch? Watch this video for my planning tips plus a few of my favorite brunch recipes. For the best meal planning tips and to be notified when I post a new video every Tuesday, hit the bell to subscribe. Hey meal preppers, it's Allison, Prep Dish founder, here to help you have a happier, healthier mealtime. Today's Make Ahead brunch recipes and brunch ideas always get rave reviews from my personal chef clients as well as at my own parties. Before jumping into the recipes, I want to talk briefly about some questions that you'll want to ask to help determine the menu and the recipes that you choose. So the first question that you'll want to ask is how many people will be attending. You will also want to ask if there's any dietary restrictions. So here are some healthy brunch ideas to help deal with this. So when I'm unsure of dietary restrictions, what I do is a build your own style meal. So maybe it's a build your own salad with beans and meat and all of that on the side. So that way if someone's vegan or paleo or keto, they can pick and choose what they're using. Another great idea for build your own is to do breakfast tacos. And the same thing here, you can have corn tortillas for gluten-free, you can have lettuce wraps for keto, make sure and have some veggies so that way if anyone's vegan, you can basically cover all of the dietary restrictions just by letting the guests decide what they do and do not want to put on their plate. So from here, I want to first pause and define Make Ahead, which is what I promised you in this video. So if you follow this channel, you know I am the queen of Make Ahead meals and meal prep. I mean, I created an entire business based on meal prep. So for a brunch menu, you can plan as far out as a few months and do freezer-friendly items. I especially like to do this around the holidays. Things like frittatas and tarts and muffins, those all freeze really well. Now in this video, I'm focusing more on making ahead as in something you can do earlier the day of, the day before, or maybe even earlier in the week. So examples of recipes that you can prepare earlier in the week are granolas, like the one I'm going to share with you today. Heartier salads like a grain-based or kale salad. You can also prepare any salad dressings that you might want to use for the brunch. And then items that you'll want to wait until about the day before include things like chopping the fruit or tossing together like a leafy green salad. To give you a better idea of selections I would put into a brunch menu, here are some samples that I have used, and they're for a variety of different crowd sizes. So the first menu is a Sunday brunch for a small crowd. So this is serving about 4 people. It includes a farmer's market tart that can be prepared well in advance, the rosemary English muffins, which freeze really well, and then there's the mango, avocado, and macadamia nut salad that I would probably hold off until the night before. The second menu is brunch for a medium crowd. This is 8 to 12 people. On that menu, it includes banana walnut muffins, which freeze really well, the cherry vanilla granola, which I'm going to show you in this video, which can be prepared about a week in advance. You can also freeze that one as well. The leek mushroom and goat cheese frittata, again, can be frozen. And then the blueberry cucumber cooler, that's what I would wait and do the night before, even day of with that one. And you could maybe chop the ingredients the day before and then blend that up at the day of the party. And then the third sample menu are those breakfast tacos that are oh so popular in Austin. So this is great for a larger crowd. And for that, I just have breakfast tacos with a variety of fillings, maybe some scrambled eggs and veggies, and then some different toppings. So I have my sweet and spicy chili sauce, an avocado tomatillo salsa, as well as a tropical fruit salad that's there on the side. Many of those items can be made in advance. So of all those menu items, one recipe that is always a hit is homemade granola. So the recipe for this works great because it's grain-free. It can also work as a paleo granola or a gluten-free granola. And of course, it's delicious for everyone, even if there are no dietary restrictions. Now for today's video, I've made this recipe completely grain-free so that it works for a paleo brunch. But if you just need a gluten-free brunch recipe and want to add oats, go for it. I've included both options in the menu that I showed you earlier. Now let's get started with that cherry vanilla granola recipe. You're gonna start by placing 1 stick of butter, 1/4 cup coconut oil, 1/4 cup honey, and half a teaspoon vanilla in a small saucepan over low heat. While the wet ingredients melt, you can place 1/4 cup flax seeds in a blender and blend. Now you'll want to return to the wet ingredients, whisk until they are mixed through, and turn off the heat and set aside. Now in a large bowl, you're going to place 2 cups chopped pecans, 2 cups chopped walnuts, 1 cup slivered almonds, your ground flax, 1 cup coconut flakes, and then stir in the melted honey and oil mixture. You'll want to stir until everything is evenly coated. From here, place the granola in a single layer on a baking sheet. Now place it into a preheated 350 Fahrenheit oven for 20 to 25 minutes or until everything is just toasted. Remove the granola from the oven and cool and toss in 1 cup of dried cherries. Once your granola is cool, you're going to store in an airtight container for 1 to 2 weeks. If you want to make it further out, you can freeze this recipe as well. If you choose to freeze the granola, I like to add it back into the oven and toast it right before serving. Now, if you're looking for other brunch menu recipe ideas, I've linked some of my favorites below, including some muffin recipes, some frittata recipes, and a tart recipe. Now that we've covered brunch menus and recipes, I want to briefly mention a few other brunch party ideas to consider. So the first is to label the food. So especially if you're going to have more than 5 or 6 people, it helps to label the items, especially if there is a known allergen or restriction. You can call those out on the labels, and then that way anyone that's there with a restriction doesn't have to be bothering you asking if the salad has nuts or if the soup has dairy. So my next tip is to assign tasks. If someone offers to bring something, don't be afraid to get specific. If you know you need a green salad to help round out the meal, then ask. Or if you know that your friend is known for her lemon blueberry muffins, feel free to reach out and ask if she'd like to make them. So before the day of the brunch, you'll want to check your serving utensils, and for larger parties, you may want to look into either renting or using disposable items. If kids are involved, then I usually look for alternatives to glass. If you're looking for recommendations on any of these items, I have linked them below. Now you know some of my favorite tips and recipes for hosting a make-ahead brunch, but I know some of you may want done-for-you brunch meal plans, just like my samples I showed you earlier. See the link below for details on how to get your hands on these plans. We have menus for a small, medium, or large crowd, all with gluten-free and paleo options. I created these healthy brunch menus to save you time and stress at your next brunch. There is a link below with details. I've also included links to some of my favorite brunch recipes, including paleo brunch recipes and gluten-free brunch recipes. I also have some of my favorite brunch and party hosting resources included. What is your go-to brunch recipe? Let me know in the comments below. And if you want done-for-you brunch meal plans with healthy brunch recipes, see that link below. If this video is helpful, be sure to subscribe, share with a friend, and hit that like button so I know to make more videos like this. See you in the next one.